A very good Wednesday morning to everyone out there. Happy hump day. Landon here with you to bring you your latest weather and night forecast courtesy of On Target. Got another day of showers and storms on the docket for us. You can take a look here at the latest surface map and satellite overlay. We have got this developing low pressure system here over Missouri. It's going to have a warm front that's going to try to develop east off of that surface low. And then we're going to have all of these boundaries here in the form of a cold front approaching here out of the west. You can already see that it's kicking up some of that deep southerly flow that's providing the needed moisture. So we get the moisture coming in here out of the south. We got the lifting mechanism arriving out of the west. This could be spawning off not just showers and storms like what we've experienced throughout basically the entirety of the overnight, but some of those storms could become strong and severe as we work throughout the day. We'll get more into that here in just a moment. We're looking at the D93 Skycam. Still got clouds that are meandering out there along with a few spotty showers that are impacting the region. Had a few rumbles of thunder here not long ago, but that has settled down to just scattered showers across the region. Speaking of those showers, we still currently have moderate rain falling overlooking Morgantown as we speak. We got all the fresh raindrops right there on the lens looking over the Main Street and GL Smith Street. Early this morning, the commute is starting, so with some low visibility out there, please be aware before you head out on your morning commute. Temperatures and dew points continue to exceed the previous day's valuations at the present time. We are right on the cusp of the 70-degree mark across basically the entirety of the Wobbles community in both the temperature and dew point department. As we work into this afternoon, going to be looking at highs right around, I think for the most of us, right around the mid and upper 70s, might creep up into the lower 80s, but we're going to be socked in underneath low to cloud cover and these sporadic rounds of showers and storms as we progress and we work throughout the entirety of today, all right? So let's jump over here and let's talk about it. Let's look at the short-term model guidance first and foremost. Take it with a grain of salt. This is the short-term model guidance for the simulated radar as we work throughout the day. We've already had these sporadic cells impacting us throughout the pre-dawn hours of this morning. And then, as we work throughout the day, we're going to have a couple of rounds that we're going to need to keep our eyes on. We're going to roll in here into around midday and lunchtime. We got these sporadic, more isolated-looking cells. Need to keep an eye on those. We'll have a little bit of spin in the atmosphere as this round tries to conjure up and move through. But it looks like we'll have a more organized round of more intense showers and storms arriving here during the late afternoon on into this evening. You can see this batch, if you will, arriving right here out of the south and west. This will be coming along with the front that'll be passing through here and slicing south and east through the region. You can see the more robust cells that we have here. Looking at the latest model guidance, this will be the primary concern for damaging straight line winds, frequent lightning, might even have some hail and some torrential rainfall to come along with these as well. Then we progress into the pre-dawn hours of our Thursday, and we continue to have some showers and storms that are in the mix. So despite the cold front actually jolting down there to our south and east, we are still going to very much keep showers and storm chances alive throughout our Thursday. And right here is the reason why. We got this large trough that is carved out across the Great Lakes region. We got the black star identifying where the Wobbles community is. We're going to have this trough axis that is bowing off of this trough here, and that axis is going to press through here. That can also serve as a lifting mechanism, so with the moisture left residing across the region, we're still looking at a damp Thursday. Rain amounts will be much less intense, and rain amounts will be lesser as well, but we're still going to have to battle the cloud cover. Some gusty winds at times along with the belingering rain showers that'll continue to impact the area for another day, all right? I want to back this up now, and we'll go back and we'll take a look at Thursday. So again, the more intense round will be out of here by sunrise early tomorrow morning, but then we get these scattered sporadic showers, a few isolated storms popping up here with the parent trough axis finally sliding south and east of the area as we work into our Thursday night. We look to be on a drying trend Friday all the way through the weekend. Temperatures will be climbing a degree or two as well each and every afternoon. All right, take a look at our lightning density as we work throughout this morning. We've not had a ton, but there's been a few rumbles of thunder out there. Looks like they'll be making a return to the forecast by around lunchtime, but especially, folks, as we previously mentioned, we're watching that batch down here to our south and west that'll arrive here around mid to late afternoon and continuing on throughout the evening. And we got loads more lightning with the more intense cells that'll be moving through. So again, a window as we work into midday on into early afternoon where we could get some of those sporadic cells that could be somewhat finicky and act up out there. We'll be keeping close eyes on that. But our primary concern and threat is from roughly mid-afternoon on. You can see here with the more intense cells and the lightning density. Finally moving out of here as we get through Thursday, maybe a few lightning strikes, but it's not going to be nothing like what we're going to experience today, so that is the good news. What about after we get that trough axis through here landed on Thursday? Well, the good news is trough axis passes to our east. This upper low is going to try to get cut off here across the eastern tier of the U.S., but this is going to be mitigated with the moisture over here east, along and east of the Appalachians. So we should be dry throughout Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, maybe an isolated shower chance, but partly to mostly sunny skies with highs right around the upper 70s to lower 80s. It should be a quite nice weekend for us to take in and enjoy. But while we're looking here at 18,000, 20,000 feet up above our head, keep your eyes over here in the Atlantic. As we work into the early days of the new work week, we have got not one, but two tropical cyclones, potentially at hurricane strength by this point, that are developing here right off of the Carolina coast, all right? So this can obviously have some sensible weather impacts on us by throwing some moisture fetches our way with the counterclockwise flow around these low pressure systems. So that'll need to be kept close eyes on, especially late in the weekend into the early days in the new work week for perhaps some more rain and storm chances. It'll all depend upon how those tropical cyclones actually do evolve, all right? Jumping back over here and talking about the latest in terms of our short-term model guidance, the Storm Prediction Center keeps all of the Wobbles community in a 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather today. Damaging winds will be our primary concern, loads of lightning and heavy rain at times. We can also look at possibility of an isolated tornado spin up or two, like what we mentioned a little bit previously in the video. So please stay weather aware throughout the day. As always, we will be here. We will go live should any severe weather warnings threaten or impact the Wobbles community. Additional rainfall amounts on top of the 1 to roughly 3+ inches that have already been recorded so far this week. We got another additional ½ inch to maybe 1.5 or even 2 inches for those of us that get caught underneath multiple storms here, with those multiple rounds anticipated today on throughout the overnight and on into our Thursday time frame as well. As promised, a peek out into the tropics. There are those two tropical waves located off of the south and east coast there of the Dominican Republic and Haiti. We'll be keeping close eyes on that, folks. Gabriel's going to continue out off away from the U.S. mainland, but those other two are have a 90% probability of developing into tropical cyclone strength here over the next couple of days. So definitely going to be keeping eyes on that like a hawk here as we work throughout the weekend. Full 6-day weather forecast. Widespread showers and storms today. Continuing on into our Thursday, we do have that severe risk as we work throughout today, especially this afternoon. On into this evening, highs upper 70s, lower 80s. Sunshine breaks back out Friday, continues throughout the entirety of the weekend, along with a warming trend to come along with that as well. Friends, it's going to wrap up your Wednesday morning hump day edition of your Weather or Not forecast, presented by none other than On Target. You all take care of yourselves and each